What's up, nerds? I'm back. Got some funny clips up for today that we're gonna watch and we're gonna review. We're going to laugh at Not So Bright for still not understanding philosophy, because that was really funny. We're gonna laugh at Dinesh D'Souza failing to answer the question that he gave the positive or the affirmative position on. Just absolutely fails to defend it. And then concedes. One question, he conceded the whole debate to Andrew. The question was from yours truly. We're also going to watch Speakeasy wreck Not So Erudite and made her look real. Dude, there was something going on with that chick. All right, I'm going to be real with you guys. There was somebody, she was fucking tweaking, dude. She was on something. I don't know what she was on. She was, dude, the whole time she's sitting there, she's like, like the whole fucking time moving like a tweaker. It was dude, I was in the back of the room and I could still see that shit. Like I was all the way. This room, I don't know actually how, I'm not sure how big the total length of the room was, but there was 500 people in the room. So, and there was two sides of the room. So I'm going to do just rough math and say 250 people per side. Right. I was in the back of this room. And from the back of the room, I could still see her fucking tweaking. It was insane to watch. And then Speakeasy made her spurg out so bad, dude. It was so freaking funny. That was still not that was really funny. And then Jade Iyer asked her one question, and she fucking instantly she just instantly showed how stupid she is. Clarington Mundo the Third. That's an interesting name, I gotta admit. But yeah, dude, me and Pops had a great time. It was an absolute blast. The fact, and here's the reality, right? That was his first time ever doing any kind of debate like that. Dude, he made it to 4th place on Verbal Combat Live for his first ever event. That was fucking awesome. Right? Like, I am super proud for that of my dad. I made it to 3rd place, and it was fucking bullshit, and I'm still going to yell at Teriak for that shit. That was fucking retarded. He didn't even make any arguments. At least my dad conceded the debate, and he was like, fuck, I took the wrong side on this one. You know what's funny? Even Vic said to me that I carried our side for that fucking 1v1, or for that 2v2. He said, I carried our side 100%. It was very impressive. He did good. He did good work. The fact that he beat Avarice, though, was really surprising, even to him, he said, because he was not expecting. I just realized that I'm using the wrong camera. Hold on a sec. We're going to switch camera. There we go. We're going to use the good one. What is it? Yeah, we'll do that. I'm just going to adjust that slightly. Why is it on mirror? I hate mirror. Oh, you're bloody. Oh, what's up, Clarence? You guys want to see something cool, though? So there was this cop there. That was like what he normally does. He's a cop. And he brought in a bunch of these different like giant stickers on like popsicle sticks, right? Like one of them was a picture of Andrew's face. One of them was a picture of Rachel's face. One of them was a giant crystal. Right? And one of them was a pack of smokes on a stick. So naturally, of course, that's the one I got. And I got Andrew to fucking sign the Crucible smokes. That was cool, all right? The Crucible smokes were signed by Andrew. And then I got a hat that I got a bunch of people to sign. Met with Jay Dyer. That was super cool. Jay is really fucking funny in person still. Like he's just as funny as you'd expect him to be. And we possibly have some big news, which is if we can get a time and a date figured out that works for Jay, I am going to be hosting Jay Dyer to moderate a debate for him. So that will be fucking awesome if we can get that going. And then I spoke with Big Mike over at MDD. He said he's going to try and get me some debates over there. So again, just opportunities opening up left and right. And I went viral on Twitter. Right? Can we I was very surprised that was going to happen. Like I thought it might. Thought I might go a little viral on there. I did not think it was going to be to this extent. Like I was expecting I was like seriously thinking like, dude, like 1,000 views, 10,000 views, something like that. Like that would be cool. My interaction with Dinesh D'Souza on X, that interaction got, let's see. I pull up my profile. It's got over 100,000 views, which is insane to me. Right now it's at 132,000 views. And then a clip that I posted of Jay Dyer, that's got 169,000 views. And then a picture of Rob that I posted has got fucking 11,000. But that was insane. Dude, I literally made Dinesh D'Souza. Don't believe. Oh, you want the proof? All right, hold on. I'll pull it up. I'm pulling it up right now. What's that number right there? What's that number say there? Bloody Clarence, can you read it for me? Can you read it for the class? I was so fucking shocked that happened, dude. I did not expect that to blow up. And what's crazy is the last time I checked, my version of this interaction has more views than Dinesh D'Souza when he responded to it. Like, watch. We're gonna look at him. We're gonna look him up real quick. Let me scroll down to find where he interacted with me. And I said that it was like he was basically calling me a Nazi. Like, he was just insinuating that I was a Nazi. And he goes, I wasn't insinuating anything. That was how he responded like that. Where is it? Oh, far down. Dude, this guy fucking posts like 30 fucking posts per day. It's like insane. It's like, get off X, boomer. Here it is. Yeah, look. His version doesn't even have 100,000. I fucking mogged him on this, okay? I have more likes and more views than Dinesh does. But he goes, I'm not insinuating anything. I'm directly asserting that you have a specific animus toward Israel reflected in your complete ignorance of how much foreign aid the U.S. gives to every country in the world other than Israel. Yeah, I am gloating a little, Avarice. Did you see this shit, bro? My clips got over 100,000 views. I'm gloating a little bit, okay? I am. I'm not even gonna deny it. I wasn't expecting that shit to happen. But I literally made Dinesh more mad than Andrew did, and with one question, I got him to concede the whole debate. That was so funny. But we're gonna play the YouTube version because that's better. So give me a second. I gotta pull that up. I gotta pull it up over here. I just gotta pull it up on the stream. Avarice is just jealous. No, Avarice is a fucking legend. Okay, I got to hang out with Avarice for 4 days. He's fucking hilarious in person. Okay, don't let him trick you. He's fucking hilarious in person. Just the same level of shit talking that he does to me on VK. That was all that it was in person. Was just me and him talking shit to each other for like 90% of us hanging out. That was so funny. Avarice is a fucking funny dude, man. But I gotta make sure this is sharing with audio. Okay, it is sharing with audio. No, I'm saying credit where credit's due, okay? Oh, look, Avarice, I don't care what anybody says about you. You're pretty fucking cool, man. Look, Avarice, I don't care what Speakeasy and Rob say about you. You're pretty fucking cool. But let's give this a watch real quick and just watch Dinesh spurg the fuck out
in the hallway and talk. Here we go.
All right, so my question's for Dinesh. Dinesh, the United States is $40 trillion in debt. Only 1 in 4 Gen Z adults own their own home. 69% of Gen Z reported living paycheck to paycheck in a 2025 survey. So my question to you is this. How much money am I, as a 22-year-old husband and father, obligated to give to Israel? Or if it's not that, if it's not a monetary obligation, do you just want like warm, fuzzy feelings towards the Jews in Israel?
May I ask you a question? What is
Can you answer mine first and then ask me the question?
Yeah, I'll answer yours. I'm asking you with a view to answering yours. What is the total amount of money that we give to other countries?
I don't
Went full blood sports on his
I'm
ass.
asking what we should do. How much is it that we do give?
Couldn't tell you.
You have no idea.
No, I don't know.
Okay. How much do we give to Israel?
About $3 billion a year.
Okay. Do you think it's kind of interesting that you are super well informed on the $3 billion we give to Israel and not informed at all as to how much do we give to Egypt?
Well, you did say that in this debate.
Yeah, so he said it during the debate, and because I knew that I wanted to ask him about this, I looked it up to fact check it just to make sure that I wasn't going in there with false information, right? Because nobody wants to go in there to ask the guy a question and have like false information. You'll just look really stupid. And so I was like, well, let me real quick just make sure that I have all the relevant information. And so I looked it up and I confirmed that it's around 3.8 billion. So, and then he's just like, look, isn't it so interesting that you know for sure that's how much we give Israel? And I'm like, well, isn't it fucking funny that the debate prompt wasn't about England? It was about Israel. So I asked him a question about Israel, and he goes, but what about Egypt? I'm like, I don't fucking care. And I literally said, I don't want to give money to any other countries. That's my position. It's always been my position that I don't think the United States should be giving foreign aid out to any country when we have like homeless vets back home, right? That's a perfect example. We have homeless vets back home. Now, is some of that the result of their actions? Absolutely. But I'm sorry, the homeless veterans who are suffering from PTSD after they've gotten back from fucking watching people blow up and stuff and are just riddled with injuries that I have now personally witnessed the effects of that shit. I'm sorry, I don't want any fucking foreign country getting 1 cent before those guys are taken care of. It's absolutely unacceptable to me. And I can't support, and like even if we're just going to highlight like just Israel, I can't support, like Andrew made this exact same argument I would, which is, I'm sorry, I don't want to give money to a foreign nation state that supports abortion and, homosexuals, or not homosexuality, abortion, transgender surgeries, all that crap. I don't want to give that nation any money. That's relevant to the fact that they're also bombing people. But, you know,
To be fair.
the Muslims are bombing people too. So, like, that's why I don't use that argument. But, fun fact, Iran, it's either Iran or Iraq, I can't remember which, one of them is actually the transgender surgery capital of the world. And the reason is, it's so fucking funny, that according to the Muslims, if you hump a tranny, that's not gay. I'm serious. That's the actual position of a bunch of Muslims, that is not gay to hump a tranny. That's why those surgeries are so common there. It's insane to me.
Also true.
That we gave $3 billion to Israel.
No, correct. But what I'm saying is, isn't it interesting when the
I
United
learned it from you,
States...
Dinesh.
What I'm saying is,
It's
You've
your
been learning
fault
them
that I
up.
know that.
the United States, unfortunately, is a profligate country that both domestically and internationally throws and wastes giant amounts of money. I'm simply saying it is really interesting.
It's really
that
interesting,
you
guys.
have a surgical eye toward the $3 billion we give to one country, and you don't even know. You can't even say approximately what if we were giving. Let's just say,
Yeah,
for
it's
example,
fucked up.
$300 trillion or $10 trillion to other countries and $3.8 billion to Israel. Wouldn't that be interesting that you have no objection to all the others? You don't even know anything about them, but you're really
This
well
is
informed on
entirely
this
a
one.
non sequitur. You didn't answer my question, and you went on
Well,
this
I'm
random
answering your
tangent about
question.
other countries, and I asked you
Israel-
specifically, how
Israel-
much am I obligated to give to Israel? How much?
You're not
all
obligated
you
to give a single penny, but you're not obligated. No, you're not obligated.
Yeah, baby.
No.
Look at that concession with one question. I pressed him slightly, and he just instantly folded like a fucking lawn chair. Look, here's the reality, man. Dinesh he's a smart guy, right? Like, he's like very good at like memory recall and just pulling facts up. His theology is fucking dog shit, dude. He's garbage theology. He's terrible at philosophy. I'm gonna find it in a minute when he tries to tackle the Izot dilemma. Dude, that was so bad. The Izot problem, he tried to solve it. It was just such a poor attempt. Andrew refuted it in like one sentence. That was how bad it was. Literally one fucking sentence. He just refuted it instantly. And then I'm gonna pull up before I get to that. I'm gonna pull up some of the. Yeah, exactly. $3 billion less going out is $3 billion that you can spend at home. It doesn't matter about the other places' money is. It doesn't matter. The other places' money is being thrown away. Exactly. It's retarded that we're sending them any money at all. We protect them. They should be giving us money, not the other way around. That's retarded. Why are we giving them money? It makes no sense to me. All right, let's watch Speakeasy's erudite question and just watch her fucking freak out and fold like a lawn chair. This was so fucking funny.
We're jumping to the next question.
I'm sure if you talk faster and say more, everyone will think you won.
I'm sure that if you're just bitchy and rude, everyone will think you're funny.
We're gonna go to James.
All right, so my question's for Kyla. So if greater, it's based off something you said in your opening, if greater reproductive autonomy predictably results in more murdered babies, what's the benefit of that autonomy that
It was
is
her opening.
justifying the outcome?
I don't think anywhere in my opening I talk about reproductive autonomy. Contraception, changed family planning. Her.
No, you said that
You
it's
said
better if women have
predictability.
control over their
You said these things were
reproduction, they can-
predictabilities when you were
Do you
talking
think
about
reproductive autonomy just means abortion?
it results. Are you going to
Are you
answer
gonna
my
answer my
question? Or
question?
are you asking me questions?
I'm following up
That was fucking funny.
because you're talking about
You want
reproductive
to answer the
autonomy.
question or no?
Do you want to know anything that you're talking about?
The John.
What's reproductive
This
autonomy?
is that likability problem Andrew
All
was
right,
talking
we're-
about.
Yeah, there's one thing.
We're going to. All right, let's rein it
What,
in.
in a room full of Rachel
All right.
fans, they like
Can
you
you-
more? That's crazy.
You know, it
Can
helps
you
your
just
arguments if you're
hold
not
on.
insufferable.
All right.
It does help
I
her
would-
arguments.
It
I do have
actually
to- I do
helps.
have to-
That's the problem with her, bro. She's so unlikable. I still can't get over the fact she was fucking tweaking out. I have no idea what the fuck she was on. Like there's a whole bunch of clips you can go find on like X. Like I think Jay posted something about it. I know Rachel did, but they were like, They're like, what the fuck did Destiny do to you, bro? And or they're like, yeah, what did Destiny do to you? What did he hook you on? You're hooked on something. And Jay Dyer was like, Destiny's a hell of a drug.
Preferable is good
All right,
for your
I do-
arguments, actually.
Just to get
That's
through,
funny.
just to get through
everybody
people's
likes
questions.
me.
That's
just to
not
get through,
true.
I'm very popular.
just to get
and
through people's
well-liked.
questions, can you restate your question in a rephrase it?
Do you want to just talk about abortion? Sounds like you want to talk about abortion.
Okay, do you want to
Relax,
answer
sir.
my
Keyboard
question
warrior
or do you want to
answer.
ask me questions again? If
Go ahead.
greater reproductive autonomy results in more murdered babies,
Got a good question.
what's the benefit of that autonomy that justifies that outcome?
Great question.
The benefit of more reproductive autonomy for women is that they're able to better control family planning, which allows them to do things like investing in a career and investing in better marriage status, which is why college women, by the way, have the happiest education. So reproductive autonomy allows them to decide when they go to college because they can often
I was in, me and Jay Dyer were in line. We were right behind Easy. And we're like, I think 1 or 2 spots behind him. Right? And me and Jay both looked at each other and we're like, what the fuck is happier education? What does that mean? Let's just hear that again real quick, just to hear it.
they have the
'Cause me and Jay both looked at her like, what the fuck? What does that even mean? What the fuck is she talking about? What's going on? Why isn't this working? I don't know why this isn't working now. What just happened? We were like, right there.
reproductive autonomy for women is that they're able to better control family planning, which allows them to do things like investing in a career and investing in better marriage status, which is why college women, by the way, have the happiest education. So reproductive autonomy allows
What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does the happiest education mean? Like, what kind of standard is that?
them to decide when they go to college
Me and
because
Jay
they
both
can
actually
offset
went,
having
"What's she
children,
talking about?"
which is good. It also results in things like abortion, which I agree it would be great to get those numbers down, but that's why it's valuable because it does more than
What's up,
just
Seahawk?
one thing.
Again, that what you just said is okay.
Oh, get out of here.
Exactly. Seahawk gets it. It should have been me and Vic in the finals at VK Live. What the fuck's going on with chat there? That was insane. We totally should have that should have been me. And even Vic said the same thing. Vic was like, that should have been you and me. Vic literally told me that I carried our fucking side for that argument.
You're not even keeping up. Get out.
We're gonna go to the next question.
He's just coping.
Okay. All right.
Your mom's super proud of you, though. Proud of her. Well, probably not, actually.
This is a PR disaster.
All right. We're
for
gonna
you.
go to the next question.
You are not
All
going to
right.
recover.
We're gonna go to the
It's
next
not.
question.
I can assure you.
Dude, this right here, this is Vanted, right? From the Crucible. Or from the Foundry. He's a fucking giant, okay? I'm 6 foot. And I was looking up at him the entire he's like 6'10". Like absolutely like I have friends who are like 6'5", right? And I had to look up at them too. It's not even comparable, dude. He would be able to rest his arm on their shoulders.
Who would invite
Here we
you
go.
to an event
Well, we-
after the way you behave?
All right. We're gonna go
Like,
with Jonathan's
honestly,
question.
believe.
We do have to go to the question. Jonathan has
Like
a
if
question.
you were my daughter,
All right.
I'd be
I hate
hauling
to
you out of
interrupt
here by
guys.
your ear.
Probably means they can hop on top of more pork swords more than people who don't have access to reproductive autonomy. Yeah, if you can prove democracy is mob rule at its core, then of course populism is good for it. Yeah, populism is a net positive for democracy because that's basically how democracy works. Democracy is based on a populism. That's all it is. Yo, what's up, Eli? Don't fucking text in the chat while you're on your fucking bike, bro. What's wrong with you? It's the most retarded shit I've ever seen you do. Right? And you and I are friends, like, outside of the fucking YouTube sphere. All right? That's some fucking retard shit. Don't be doing that shit. It's good to see you, though, man. Wish you would have been there. Dude, it would have been so fun to have you at VK. That would have been so much fucking fun. All right. We got one more clip before we get to Andrew. This was so funny, bro. Let me see if I can change how this is set up. Can I full screen it? I can't. No, that's about all I can do. That's the best that I can do. All right.
You asked
This was so fucking funny, dude.
Rachel about Hypatia. So being an educated philosophy person, could you name one work by Aristotle and one by Hegel?
I don't know what works by Hegel.
By the way, if I'd have known that's what she was saying, I would have answered. I couldn't understand her because she talks like with a dry Adderall mouth, and I couldn't understand.
You're like slowing down with your age. It's a little hard to keep up.
No, I'm just
so
like
one
a
from Aristotle
normal
and one from
person
Hegel?
who's not on speed.
Aristotle would be the 5 dialogues.
That's Plato.
Oop. Oops. Fucked up there. Because again, she hasn't fucking read any philosophers. Oh, you're not writing it? You're taking off now? Okay. Dude, I wish you were there. It was a blast. But you might be able to get to DebateCon 9, which will be in Florida, and Jay will be the headliner, and it'll be Jay and David Wood. That will be the headliner for DebateCon 9. And then DebateCon 10 will be him versus Trent Horn. Where is it, though? Let me see. All right. I got one more thing to pull up for us to react to. Which is just when somebody tried to bring up the Izot dilemma to Dinesh, and he did not know what to do with that.
But wanted to attack morality. And his way of attacking morality is to put all of morality in the ought column, and therefore to say that no ought can come out of an is. You think Aristotle would have agreed with that?
You just
no.
said-
You wanted him to put all of morality in the ought category. The fuck's wrong with this guy? And this guy claims that he knows philosophy.
Well, first of
No.
all, these are two different philosophies. But you just said, I said this is a keyboard, and you said you ought to use it.
It ought to be used for-
Great. Hang on. All I'm asking, I'm just going to ask a simple question. How do we get to the I ought to use it? Because I described that it is that thing.
Well, the ought is teleologically derived from the thing that it is. I mean, a lot
Teleologically
of,
derived.
Why can't I just use it as a paperweight?
A lot of the classical argument against homosexuality is that you
Telos?
have a rear end. It ought to be used for the purpose of excretion and not to stick large objects in it, right? There is an ought coming out of an is. There you go.
That does not defer an
right,
ought from
we
an
do-
is.
Women are constructed in a certain way.
We do.
Hold on. Women are built in a certain way. That is the is,
Okay.
right? Women ought to live a certain way and derive certain social roles and responsibilities which arises out of their nature. I've just given you an ought that comes out of an is.
Hang on, Dinesh. I just
gentlemen.
want to real quick.
Oh, by the way, I told Andrew in the lobby, I'm like, I'm totally stealing this argument. And he was like, please do. It's really fucking funny every time you run this. When somebody tries to do the Izot thing.
It'll take me
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah, let's
I
let's
walk
pursue
into a
it.
room and there's a woman on the bed, spread eagle. I ought to fuck her, right?
Is that what I said?
No, that's what I'm asking.
No.
Why not? The telos, man. My penis goes there, bro.
Wow.
Oh, man,
Wow.
that shit was so fucking funny. Look at it. He doesn't even know what the fuck to do.
We're gonna wrap up. I do want to.
One more
Man,
time.
My penis goes.
What I
Spread eagle. Real quick. It'll take me
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah, let's
I
let's
walk
pursue
into a
it.
room and there's a woman on the bed, spread eagle. I ought to fuck her, right?
Is that what I said?
No, that's what I'm asking.
No. Why?
But yeah, so that was fucking hilarious. That one I think is posted on their channel already. You don't gotta wait for them, like they've already dropped it. So I'll let you guys. I'll tell you guys a little more about what happened while we were in Dallas. Right. So the first night while we're in Dallas. No, not the first night we're in Dallas. So the first night was Friday. wasn't Friday, but Saturday night after the first night of DebateCon, I went over and hung out with Speakeasy, and I stayed at his Airbnb that night, and it was me, Speakeasy, Avarice, Teriak, and JS, right? I'm gonna let you guys in a little more about JS Urban Adventures. The second that dude starts drinking, his fucking IQ drops. Okay, it really does. And JS is a smart guy. You know, I love the guy to death. But he did some really fucking stupid shit, right? So Easy went to bed basically as soon as we got there. She did have a chance to fucking flex all over Jay and just, she had a chance to flex over Jay and she just fucking face planted like that. You'd think that since she knew Jay Dyer was going to be there, that she would at least, I don't know, learn at least the names of some philosophy books, but apparently not. There is a reason we call her Not So Bright, though, so there is that. But, so, Easy went to bed basically as soon as we got there. We were all fucking drunk coming back from the Crucible party. Right, we were all drunk. We Ubered over there. Easy went to bed. He pretty much passed out as soon as we got back. Easy's not a big drinker. All right. So me and Teriak and JS stayed up till about 3. Yeah, we left the Crucible party at around 2 in the morning. Got back to Easy's around 2:30. Me, JS, and Yak stayed up till about 3. And then Yak passed out around 3:30. Like he just passed out. He had to go to bed. That dude was so drunk that he fell asleep with his head in between the couch cushions. That was so fucking funny. So it's just me and JS are the only ones up, right? We're still drinking. We stayed up drinking till probably around 4. And JS is sitting there looking at this box on the counter, right? And he's like, dude, these are so good. And I'm like, what are they? I'm like, what are you looking at? And he opens it up, and I look at what he's got, what's in the package, right? And he goes, dude, these are like pancake pastries that are like filled, they're like got like cream filling in them. And I looked at him, I'm like, you fucking retard, those are spring rolls. He's like, no, they're pancake pastries. And he pulls out this little plastic cup, and it's got fucking soy sauce in it. And I instantly could tell that's what it was. And he goes, this is syrup. And I'm like, no, it's not. This fucking idiot takes the fucking spring roll, takes a bite, and he looks at me, and he's like, that was a spring roll. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. That's what I just fucking said. So that was Saturday night, right? So Sunday night, I'm telling Easy about this. And as soon as I'm telling the story, we're both fucking pissing ourselves laughing. And Easy goes, you want to know the best part? I'm like, what? He's like, Jungle brought those over on Thursday. Those have been sitting on the counter since fucking Thursday night. We're fucking both just laughing our asses off at JS. Oh god, that was fucking hilarious. DebateCon, that was a fucking blast. I'm so yeah, that was so funny. I was fucking laughing my ass off at that shit. I still can't believe that he fucking did that. What else do we got to look at? What's going on? Did you guys see Stu Peters debated Andrew on the Charlie Kirk assassination? That did not go well for Stu at all. That was so fucking... That was so bad for him. He looked so dumb. It's the 6th. It's the 6th most popular. That's insane. What do we got going on? I've been in the Twitter comments section of a bunch of people, and somebody was like, "Hey guys, why don't we get Andrew?" And he was messaging MDD, right? And he was like, "How about this prompt? Is it Andrew's fault for being a terrible dad that his son died?" And I was like, "I'll debate you on this prompt, you fucking retard." He's like, "No." I had multiple people in the fucking comment section that were like trying to argue with me about my clip. Yeah, it passed Andrew versus Circa. Wow. Yeah, no, that was right, Clarence. It was really fucking hard to hear since fucking Stu would not shut the fuck up. All he did was fucking just spurg and filibuster. The entire time. That's all he did was filibuster. It was like, dude, shut the fuck up. So, you guys want to hear something funny? Have you guys ever heard of a channel called Jesus and Whatnot? He's a very popular up-and-coming Catholic apologist. Let me see. Let me look at his channel real quick. He's got 177,000 subscribers, right? So I was talking to Jay at the Crucible party, and I was like, dude, you should debate this Catholic guy, Jesus and Whatnot. I was like, you should debate him. I tried. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I reached out to him. I asked if he wanted to debate. And he was like, I can't defend my positions. That was literally his response to Jay. It was fucking insane. He just said that shit. He was like, yeah, I can't defend it. What the fuck? What do we got? I'm looking for something to watch over here. Wait, what? Oh, that's old. Never mind. I'm not watching that. So I didn't watch God Logic's debate. That's true. I didn't watch any of God Logic's debates. No, it wasn't like talk. Well, he's a debater, right? So Jesus and Whatnot's a debater, and he when Jay was like, "Do you want to do a debate on like the true church, or do you want to do a debate on like anything?" Basically, he was just like, "I can't defend my positions." See, I'm looking over on Easy's channel, and it's not popping up in like the top videos. I'm one of the top videos. I didn't even realize that I would be one of the top. That's insane. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. No, I'm only 29. Okay, never mind. I'm not as popular as I thought I was. That was worse than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, no, I feel like that's his thing, Seahawk. No, like he does theology debates. That's his thing. Like, hold on, I'll pull up his channel. Let me go back. Like that specifically is like here, hold on. We streamed this 2 hours ago. Anybody can join. Catholicism is true. Change my mind. Papacy debate with Redeemed Zoomer. Jesus. So this guy versus Captain Crackhead. Is Jesus the Most High God? Jaw debates abortion, Unitarianism, and the existence of God. Refusing need God.net and why Mary was sinless.
Welcome everybody to
playlist here. Does the Christian God exist? Not even or denominations. Okay. I'm trying to look at this play. Where's the play? Oh, here we go. A Catholic and an ex-Catholic talk about religion, predestinationism in the church. Sola Scriptura debate. A heated debate. Is Mary the mother of God? Is Sola Scriptura true? Crazy Catholic versus a Mormon. Unhinged Catholics versus Protestants debate. Full debate. Is Catholicism biblical? Is kissing before marriage a sin? Okay. Yeah, no, he literally said to Jay, he's like, I can't defend my position. Evidence for the Pope and Protestants, or that Protestants simply can't respond to. It's like he's a theological debater, and he'll debate Protestants. It doesn't look like he's debated any Orthodox. But like I was like, yeah, Jay, you should reach out to this guy, and he's like, I did. And he's like, he literally just like refused to do it. Looks like Jake's reviewing Andrew's Dinesh debate. I might check into that towards the end to see if he does.
She's smiling.
I know. Fuck you, Avarice. It's bullshit that I lost to a fucking. You were pulling stats out of your ass, you fucking piece of shit. It was also a weird fucking prompt, like the greatest vehicle on the market ever made. But that's gonna be entirely like just like up to fucking somebody's perspective there. I don't know why Teriak would ever take that fucking debate prompt though, but okay. Oh, dude, Rob's debate was fucking great. Actually, let me see if I can pull up. I asked that one guy. I asked Lunarbox about fascism. Let's see if Rob's got posted. I don't know if Rob's got posted.
He's so crazy. Look at that one. What are you doing? You're so crazy.
Nope, Rob's is still there. I didn't watch all of the Destiny. What do you mean the truck? Okay, let me real quick pull up what I think you're talking about, and you tell me if this is what it is. Hold on. Is this what the fuck you're talking about, Avarice? Is this seriously your argument? Is this the fucking thing that you're talking about? Yeah, there are a bunch of metrics for best, but yeah, it was basically like argument about that. But is this what the fuck you were talking about? I want to this is what I was imagining in my head. And I'm sorry if this is what you were arguing. No, mine was better. The fuck did you just send me? Yeah, okay, so yes. The answer is yes. Wait, this guy's the fat electrician? I've seen a fuck ton of this guy's shit. This is what the fuck you were talking about? I know, I just checked Discord. Hold on. I've seen this guy. I didn't know that was his name, but also... So yeah, this is what the fuck you were talking about. Yeah, no, wrong. I'm sorry. My truck was better. I'm going to hold that position. My truck was better. All right, hold on. I'm going to look it up right now. We're going to look up how much this fucking car costed off the lot. We'll pull up some fucking ChatGPT. No, it was not the largest. It was not the most expensive. It was not the highest price paid for a car ever. It was the largest contract for vehicles. And no, it would not. Or wait, hold on. Are you talking about my truck or his truck? Which car are you talking about, Sealog? By the way, do you know how much that car costed? Do you know how much that car costed? How much it even cost today, adjusted for inflation? It's worth like $33,000. Oh, German cars are superior? I didn't see their first thing. My bad. No, I still disagree. If you want to talk about maybe... No, actually, not even close. No, not with a souped up fucking... Not with a souped up Duramax. But let me look it up real quick. Hold on. What's up, Raph? Good to see you, man. For the 2003 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD Crew Cab 4x4 Duramax Allison with quad steer, you're looking at one of the most expensive non-dually GM pickups you could buy in 2003. At the time, it sold for $40,000 to $42,000. So yeah, it was on average between out the door before taxes. It was about $47,000 to $50,000 adjusted for inflation. It's roughly $82,000 to $85,000 in today's currency.
Oh God.
Yeah, but see, the problem with that is that Bugattis are fucking retarded, Seahawk. Okay, that's the reality. Okay, so those supercars are fucking retarded. Nothing will beat the Corvette. It was the greatest car ever made. You can't change my mind. And it's just because I can put a 454 big block in it. And that's the only reason that I hold that position, okay? And the 454 big block fucking dusted the Duramax of most of the diesel engines of its time as a gas engine. But hold on. Let me pull up what the fuck I've been talking about. Here, hold on. Do it on this tab. All right, hold on. Watch. Look at this shit. This shit was so fucking cool. It had fucking quad steer. I don't know what this gas music is, but that was not a good demonstration of that. Is this? Yeah, it was introduced in 2002, and they only made it for like 2 years. It made fucking like packing up trailers and shit or parking way fucking easier. No. The Chevy Corvette, the 19. So my dream car, Seahawk, is to eventually get my hands on like a 1974 C3 Corvette, all black, and I want to drop a 1996 454 big block into it. Somewhere between a 96 and 99 454 big block, because it had the multi-port fuel injection instead of the throttle body injected. So it produced more horsepower and it was a little more fuel efficient, which is surprising, but those things that car would fucking pop wheelies. All right. Look at that. Look at that. That wasn't the greatest demonstration of it either. I've seen these things in action. They're fucking awesome. The quad steers.
All right, turn the wheel.
The fucking back tires turn.
All right, other way.
Could you imagine how much easier that would make fucking backing up a trailer? And they also put them in the Suburbans, which is fucking awesome.
Sit-ups. Oh.
I had a buddy who had a quad steer half ton Sierra. That thing was fucking awesome. I'm gonna watch it later, Avarice. I'm not fucking watching that shit right now, okay? Who the fuck's live? Is anybody hosting a panel? Go up and argue with some retards. All right, you know what? Watch, we're gonna pull this up. Here's a. This is a Cummins versus a Corvette. Wonders why I like these small ones, because they make way more fucking power, dude. It's a fucking pickup. Think about how much more that fucking truck weighs in that car. Here's a Duramax. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but... Duramax wins. Like, dude, the fucking old Duramax, the old diesels. Ooh, look at that hood stack cat eye. That's a great looking truck. Too much fucking power that thing's making. And also, part of my argument, Avarice, was the fact that... Fuck you, Avarice. Part of my argument was that my car, the fucking Allison transmission, the greatest fucking transmission ever put in a vehicle. Oh, it's got the upturn exhaust. Ooh, look at that. Great looking truck. You know, I wonder how much fucking heavier these trucks are than these cars. They're just fucking taking it right to Applebee's, bro. Avarice, do you believe in democracy? Do you believe in democracy, Avarice? That's right, I didn't fucking think so. I don't fucking believe in democracy. Go cope somewhere else. Shut up, Wrath. What the fuck? This shit's so fucking funny, dude. I love these.
I am sitting between the famous brothers, but obviously, it seems to me, at least from the outside, your parents
Jordan
must
Peterson
have
versus
done
Peter
something
Jordanson.
right.
Well, wrong. How about no? Thank you very much for making that manifest so clearly. To stop being pathetic.
I mean, I've scribbled down a few things here, but I fully want you guys to take as much control here as you see fit.
I'm not in a good mood. Things are likely to be unpleasant. Why don't you just go play in your room for a while? No.
Man, this is complicated as shit. You guys are trying to fix things, manage things without having civilization crumble at the same time.
It's been a continual challenge to adjust my sophistication to the level of challenge, and I'm trying to do that. Okay, I don't get exactly what you're saying. I don't get exactly why you're annoyed. I'm not sure exactly what you want me to do to change it. Let's get this clear. There's something gone horribly wrong, and I think it's become more and more like that over the last 30 years. But I'm slightly less terrible than I was yesterday. You are not paying attention. I think it's a profound place for disagreement. I'm without error. That's just well, that's another reason it doesn't work. So you need a way more sophisticated solution to that. So
that was good. What you last said, that was pretty solid. You guys are brothers.
It's just fucking, it's fucking retarded shit, and it's hilarious to me. I don't know. Wrath, I know you don't fucking believe that. And if you do, well, I mean, everybody's allowed to be wrong, but you're not allowed to be that wrong. What's this? What's
in
going on
you
here?
when you go from that, right? So it's not like it's not like when your brother or it's not like when your nephew is like conceived that like suddenly just potency gets actualized from you being not an uncle to being an uncle. More so, it's like a Cambridge change because, as you said, it would be relational.
Yeah.
Because it would be that the what's it called? It would be a change in your brother and the
I don't know.
generation of a new sort of person that causes.
He's boring me instantly.
Ending like you're making a point when there is actually no point.
You're a great guy. That's what the
fuck?
An opening 2 minutes to Mr. Vermin Supreme.
Thank you. Gingivitis has been eroding the gum line of this great nation long enough.
What the
and
fuck
must
am I
be
watching? This
stopped.
dude's wearing a boot.
For too,
What the fuck is this?
for too long, this country has been suffering a great moral and oral decay in spirit and in sizers. A country's future.
No, I'll take Duramax over Cummins every day. Nope, Duramax over Cummins. It depends on which Cummins you're talking about, though. Okay, the reality is, so I will always take the Duramax over the Cummins just because I'm a GM guy. So that'll always be my first choice. But like the old 12 valve Cummins were fucking awesome. Those were awesome fucking engines. Oh, the 24 valves weren't even bad engines, but dude, I just don't like the Cummins 6.7. I don't like them. They're not as reliable engines. But what the fuck am I watching here?
Depends on its ability
When he's
to
president,
fight
everybody
back.
gets a pony.
We can no longer be a nation indentured. Our very salivation is at stake. Together, we must brace ourselves. As we cross over to the bridge work, into the 23rd century, let us bite the bullet, and together make America a sea of shining smiles from sea to shiny sea. Now, friends, some people will tell you that this mandatory toothbrushing law is about the secret dental police kicking down your door at 3 a.m. to make sure you've brushed. Friends, it is not. Some will
What the
mention
fuck is he talk? What is going on right now? He might have. He might have plans to use the postal service to have next thing. Okay, hold on. Is this a comedy thing? I'm not sure. Like, if this is a comedy thing, it's a great bit.
the dental reeducation centers or the preventative dental maintenance detention facilities. It's about none of these things. It's not about the government-issued toothpaste containing an addictive yet harmless substance. No, friends, it is not even about DNA gene splicing to create a race of winged monkeys to act as tooth fairies.
What the
Friends, what this mandatory toothbrushing law is really about is strong teeth for a strong America. My name is Vermin Supreme. I am a friendly fascist. I am a tyrant that you should trust, and you should let me run your life, because I do know what is best for you. Yes, I am a politician. I will promise you anything your little electorate heart desires, because you are my constituents. You are the informed voting public, and because I have no intention of keeping any promise that I make. Vote early, vote often. Remember, a vote for Vermin Supreme is a vote completely thrown away. I would like to take this moment to acknowledge my mother, who is in the audience here today.
I can't with this guy. I can't. Fuck. Vic was supposed to go live a couple minutes ago. What the fuck? Oh God, no, not another one. This guy has 600,000 subscribers. I can't with this fucking guy.
Hello YouTube, how's everybody doing out there today? Today me, the Wizard Marty again, and I'm doing another drink video. So today, we got...
Yeah.
Pickle juice, my glass of pickle juice. I got my glass. Yeah, I got my glassy wassy. Got some hot sauce. This new hot sauce I got. I'm trying it again. Got Mountain Dew, yeah, Mountain Dew, yeah.
She is a happy baby.
And then this time I got some pickles, sweet pickles, yeah.
Every time I see this guy, it's like, what the fuck is he doing now?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to open up the pickles. Put them over there. And I'm going to do the Mountain Dew first. Oh, nice hiss.
I can't even do it with this guy, bro. Wait, what the fuck? Jordan Peterson's rules on beating kids?
Like, I have a chapter in this book called You Don't Have to Put Up with Any Unnecessary, Unpleasant Nonsense from Children. One of them came up to me today and I whacked him on the side of the head. And which is a, touchy thing to do in today's society. Sure. With that hint, he went over and started like gnawing on his partner's head and they had a big play bout. And then, you're embarrassed, you're turning red, everyone's sweating, everyone's looking at you like you're a horrible parent. It's like really unpleasant. Oh, I love my child, I like my child. It's like, no, you don't. That's a lie. And you think, well, that's cruel. It's like it's.
What do I have against wizards? That dude is not a wizard, okay? At best, he's like a fucking druid.
Not cruel. You're sending a message. This sort of behavior is not to be tolerated. And you think, I got that little bastard.
I like that you started this with something physical, because all of us can do this. Everyone watching this today that's struggling with whatever they're struggling with can just work on that.
Yeah, just let them have it. They will listen.
Talking about beating children.
They'll listen. They'll take the damn pain.
Fuck. I love whoever puts these fucking clips together, man. These shits are so fucking funny. Oh, what's Jeff doing? I don't know what Jeff's doing. He needs to get better Wi-Fi. That's what Jeff's doing. Where is it? I just saw it was Confluence. That's who was hosting it. No, what the fuck? He was hosting a. I've never heard of Project Zero. Sharia law has the same moral character as Eastern Orthodoxy.
I was trying to show you something.
What? Hold on, chat. I'm gonna put this on for you guys for a sec.
Retard.
How do I don't want you to be fucking anymore. If she says I don't want you to be fucking me anymore, then you fucking stop and
yeah,
pull
but
out.
I don't know. Do I have access to the mind state to know if they want it still or not?
No, it's a verbal thing.
Oh, perfect. So I don't have access to the mind state, so I don't even know when I'm doing the thing. I don't know if they want it or not.
Do you understand English? Do you know what the word stop means?
No, I don't understand English apparently. So
fucking clearly you don't. Otherwise, you would understand these concepts.
I know. It's interesting. So when it comes to consent, as we can say, you don't have an actual standard of it. You can just go on ahead and do whatever the fuck you want. It is sometimes it's great, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes you have to be a mind reader, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you add shit to it. Medical sometimes it's okay, but sexually sometimes it's not, and sometimes it is okay and sometimes it's not. We don't fucking know. You don't have a standard. You just make this kind of bullshit terms because let me tell you why. You don't have access to what is good. So when you don't have access to what is good, you make
I had to go
bullshit up
listen,
and
I had to go
according to
see
your
the baby
fucking
laughing
preferences.
real quick.
There is a consistent standard whenever it comes to consent. There's also nuance that applies to consent.
A consistent
Like,
standard as to being how exactly does it have to be given consent?
Consent has to be given by somebody that can rationally make their own decisions.
So so any person that is not able, so a person has to be completely rational to be able to make their own decisions in order to give consent, right?
A person has to be able to rationally make decisions in order to give consent.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, my headphones disconnected for a second.
Somebody has to be able to rationally make decisions in order to be able to give consent.
So if a person makes an irrational decision, they wouldn't be able to have consent anymore, right?
No, that's not how that works. We're talking about mental state.
So
here, buddy.
I don't know which. If a person has showcased that they can make irrational decisions,
Well, I know
how
that he's got a
exactly
girlfriend.
are
Rational
they?
people can make irrational decisions.
I don't know, man.
Like, by
Like-
the standard of like making rational decisions.
I like
this.
Vision. I like the
Wait,
guy.
is a person that is making irrational decision a rational person or an irrational person?
Rational people can make irrational
That's
decisions.
awesome, Doc.
I'm gonna ask you
Like-
the question again. Is a person that's making irrational decisions a rational person or an irrational person?
They can be either one.
They
It's
can
not,
be either
it's
one.
not a one or the other one.
Okay,
When we're
perfect.
talking
Then
about-
how do I
when we're
know which
talking
one
about
you are when you're
rationality,
giving me a
He's not
decision?
retarded, but like,
Well,
God,
let's say that I go on and I'm trying to
have.
have the. I'm gonna try to impregnate that woman. How fuck don't?
I can't, dude. He's being too retarded. I wonder if Vic went live. Yeah, let's see. Oh, he did go live, it looks like. No, he's not doing anything yet. That's true. I've got a while for that, Seahawk. I do got a minute. I got a while for that, but we'll see. What the fuck? Kind of going hard, I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty good. Damn. I just want to know why she's using her noses. Or why she's using her nose. That was neat. I'm not gonna lie. But I was not expecting that either. What the fuck? This guy made a video called Forcing Myself to Talk About This Peanut for 2 hours straight. It has 220,000 views. That's insane. What the fuck, man? Let's watch this shit, dude. This was so bad for him. Stu did not perform well during this debate at all.
You're the guy who's out here trying to lure people into defamation lawsuits to make specific claims. When the claim has been made that Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk, it's been made by Erica Kirk, it's been made by Don Trump Jr., it's been made by Jack Posobiec, it's been made by other Turning Point paid shills just like yourself.
Who doesn't work for Turning
Point. Where is the evidence of that?
Yeah, okay, great. So I'm happy.
Yeah, this one bothers me. They're like, you're just a Turning Point shill, Andrew. And he's like, Andrew is just as tied to Turning Point at this point as like their fucking lawnmower, or their lawn care guy. Actually, their lawn care guy actually is probably more tied to them because he gets paid like frequently by them. He went down there to give a debate course. Like, what the fuck's wrong with these people?
Get into all this. In fact, you know what? I'll promise you this. Can we do a question for a question? How's that?
That's fair.
That's fair. So here's my question. If
I'm
you
not
answer
here to
it,
answer your questions.
I'm not here to answer any of your
position
questions.
that Tyler Robinson,
I'm not
Charlie
here
Kirk.
to answer any of your. Okay, here I'll start off. Okay, we have text.
Yeah. So do you have evidence?
Yeah,
of
we have a
that?
text message confessions, Stu. Yes.
Okay.
We
what
have
else?
text message confessions, Stu, that they not only took screenshots of, but then they pulled the data off, which show that he texted his boyfriend and admitted to the crime, Stu. Text message confessions. Now, I've answered your question. Please answer mine. Was Andrew Colvett or Erica Kirk at Fort Pachuca or not?
Let's talk about the confession.
Oh my God, this guy
that was made.
Because are we going to get some moderation? If you want to debate, you
to
have to answer questions too, Stu. Answer my question. Was he?
I'm here to debate whether or not Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk.
I'm here
that's the
to
claim
debate.
that has been made.
Yeah,
by
and
the
I'm here
people
to
who
debate.
you are out shilling for.
No, the debate topic.
They won't come
is
and
this
debate.
Charlie
you said
Kirk.
I'll come. You
And
said
so
I'll come debate.
I
so
want to know
that's
your
what you're here
claims.
for.
Answer my
Trying
question.
to shift the burden.
Answer
This
my
is not.
question.
This is not debating the topic.
yes,
that we're
it
here
is
to
debating the
debate, which is
topic. Answer my
Tyler
question.
Robinson, Charlie Kirk.
Okay, you know what? Here, I'll try a different one. See if you can answer another one. Okay, so is it the case then, Stu? Do you believe that a small insect flew into Snow's room and it was actually secretly a government device?
Are you serious? None
Yes.
of this would be a topic of discussion if you could just tell us how Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk. That's the claim that's been made by
I
Turning
just
Point.
gave you demonstrable evidence that was introduced at the preliminary hearing of text messages, which were taken from Tyler's phone, where he admitted to the entirety of the crime. Stu,
Did Tyler
all of it.
Robinson write those messages?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because the chain of custody of his phone he had in his pocket when he came in.
His phone was taken from him immediately, and then a confession was disseminated on Discord.
So do you think
How
that the
does
cops?
happen?
You think that the cops sent them to themselves?
I have no idea.
Yeah, right.
I'm asking you if you have any evidence
That is
suggests
evidence.
that Tyler Robinson, Charlie
Are you
Kirk.
saying that those text messages aren't evidence of Tyler Robinson?
I have no idea if those messages belong to Tyler Robinson or not. Do you have any other evidence?
Yes, they.
By the way, if anybody wants to hop up on the panel, oh, hold on, what we got here? Birds aren't even real. I was glad to see that I engaged in the questions. Oh, dude, we were watching that earlier. I made Dinesh concede the entire debate with one question. Yeah, no, that pissed me off. He was like, "Yeah, we'll do question for question," and then he was instantly fucking goes back on it. Oh, you got a gifted membership tonight? Nice. But yeah, dude, I literally got Dinesh to concede the entire debate with one fucking question. It was insane.
Pulled the data off the phone. They pulled his Google as well. They pulled his Google data.
There's no evidence.
Yes, there is
that
evidence.
suggests that Tyler Robinson.
And not only is there,
wrote
and
those
not only
text
is there
messages.
evidence,
Is
I
there
just
any
gave
other
you-
evidence other
wait,
than text messages? Is that
that's
what we're putting the whole
bro,
case on?
I don't
It's
even
a death
think
penalty case.
that I would need to go beyond a text message confession. Besides the fact that, what the hell would you even need to go past? Then I texted my boyfriend that I murdered this guy
Well, how
and
about
told him
this?
how I did it.
How about the fact that we were told that Tyler Robinson confessed to his dad, confessed to his mom, confessed to a minister, confessed to a U.S. Marshal, confessed to a sheriff?
Yeah.
So in a preliminary hearing,
I didn't
which
see
is
that
the
introduced.
equivalent of a,
Yeah, that was never introduced into evidence. Like, I watched all the preliminary trials. That was never introduced into evidence.
the equivalent of a grand jury. Why would they not call any of those witnesses to say?
Because they didn't need to.
My son confessed that
Because they didn't need to.
They are to provide their most damning evidence during a preliminary.
That's not the most damning evidence. The most damning evidence.
What is? The video
text
that Jack
messages?
Posobiec saw?
No, the text message confession's the most damning evidence.
Well, then
and the
why
fact that
would
they were
Jack
able to pull the
Posobiec
data
and Benny
off
Johnson come out and say that they saw a video? It's case closed. It's open and shut.
Yeah, both of those
They
guys
saw
were
a video.
wrong. In fact, the second
They
they
were
said
wrong.
that,
You mean they lied?
I
You
told
mean they
them. I
lied?
told both those guys that was stupid to do.
There's
What the
there's
hell's
a
wrong with
difference
you?
between wrong and lying.
Well, what Kai Schwimmer
one side
said-
of our
Hang on,
conversation today,
Yeah,
the
I'll
side
answer.
that you're supporting is filled with liars. The side that we are that I'm here representing is
Yeah.
filled with people who don't believe the liars.
Okay, great. They don't
So
believe
they're
the
looking
liars.
for
huh?
other theories.
Would you say that a
there's
liar?
people talking about fold
Okay.
ARs, and there's
Yeah.
people talking about trapdoors and
And they're
magnetic
talking
force
about-
fields and drone
yeah.
swarms and everything
Mics
else.
exploding.
Microphone. Yeah, all of that. None of that would be considered if
Uh-huh.
we weren't
You-
talking about a group of people who have continuously been caught lying.
Right.
Including something that they saw in a courtroom, which in my opinion should be against the law. Jack Posobiec, in my opinion, should be arrested for that.
Great. He should be arrested for it. In what way, though, does this in any way provide for your theories that Andrew Colvett and Erica Kirk were at Fort T'Chaka, which you've said on stream?
No, here's what we'll do. I'm going to go hop up on the Confluence panel.
I would say that it's wrong because rape is wrong.
Oh shit! It's fucking Steelborn.
What's up, boys?
Good to see you, Steelborn.
Just
How's it
love
going?
That was really good of you though, there, Vigilante. It's wrong because it's wrong.
Rape violates consent, so
Well, why is violating consent
But
wrong?
in their religion, it's all right though.
I genuinely don't care. Rape is wrong.
But hold on, hold on.
my
Why
point
is- why-
of
why is
pointing out that
violating
they're
consent wrong?
Similar is
Confluence, I'll be right back. I'm gonna read some
wrong?
supers and I'll be right back in a second, okay?
All right.
Violating consent is wrong because it gets rid of the autonomy of another person.
So if somebody is trying to light themselves on fire, but they pour gasoline on themselves and they try to light a match and I stop them, is that wrong?
Not necessarily.
Well, I violated their
Because they're-
consent. They were trying to set themselves on
they're-
fire. I didn't even ask. I just stopped them.
Like it would depend on their mental state, right? This is what I was talking. This is what me and Emmett were talking about when we were talking about what consent is.
Okay, we'll assume the guy's totally
if
coherent.
they're-
Why would it depend on their mental state? Shouldn't it be wrong to light yourself
Because-
on fire no matter what? Is there a situation where it is okay to light yourself on fire as long as you meet the mental state criteria?
I don't necessarily think that deleting yourself is morally wrong. I think me and Steelborn had a conversation on the MAID program. So that's why I said it depends on the mental state because it
By
depends on
lighting
whether or not
yourself
the
on
person
fire,
can-
though? You think that even if you were to go with the MAID program, shouldn't it be the least harm version of that? Lighting yourself on fire is a brutal way to die.
But hold on,
Even
hold
if
on,
you
hold
have
on.
the mental
Hold on,
state
hold on,
that you
hold on,
want.
hold on.
Tested
What
in
if this
Vietnam.
person is totally coherent, they're totally rational, and this is a decision they've come to that they want to do it, right? They want to do this thing.
Like that monk in Vietnam.
Or like that guy in America the other day who just set himself on fire and then yelled Free Palestine. Anyways, is it morally wrong for me to violate his consent and stop him from setting himself on fire?
I would say that it is morally wrong. Yes.
Okay.
Just because something's morally wrong doesn't mean it's not the right thing to do.
Hold on? You can do something that's morally wrong. That's the right thing to do.
Or
What a fucking charge.
That's a total that's a performance.
What if someone's drowning
Come on, you
and
better.
they passed out and they're unconscious, and you bring them up on dry land and you give them CPR? They didn't consent to it. Now you're a rapist, right?
no, because they were passed out. They couldn't consent.
I don't know.
Like
You
so.
can sue
So
somebody.
a drunk woman
Listen,
can't consent because she's passed out.
Yeah.
Let me explain the difference between.
If me and my
hold on.
wife get drunk and we
Let me explain the difference between medical. You. That one's a little blurry if you're both drunk, right?
Okay, what if she's drunk and
It
I'm
shouldn't
not?
have to be blurry. It shouldn't have to be blurry.
In the state of New
Apply
York,
your
both
rules.
are
So
wrong,
she's drunk and I'm not.
especially the male.
Just go ahead and admit you think that they're both rapists. By
If
your
you're
standards.
drunk and then she's not, then
No, other way around. She's drunk and I'm not.
yeah, she's drunk, then and you're not, then technically yes, it is rape.
I'm raping my wife. I'm raping my wife
That's crazy.
because she's drunk. Vigi, have you ever
That
been
is-
drunk?
Section.
That is how the law works.
Hold on, Vigi, have you ever been drunk?
Section. Happy White History Month.
Likewise, brother.
Have I ever been drunk? Yes, I.
Did you consent to sex
almost
when you were
every
drunk
single
with
time?
your wife?
Never been prouder.
No, you can't consent
No,
to
I'm
sex
asking,
when you're
like,
drunk.
were you aware enough,
Amazing.
even when you were drunk, that you could still consent to sex with your wife?
When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about consent from a legal perspective, not a moral perspective.
Vigi,
From a
I
legal
missed
perspective,
some of this.
like, okay,
but
so hold on.
Isn't
Like,
the debate about moral, not
hold on.
legal?
Hold on a sec. I'll just grant it. So hold on. So we're talking about legality then. So I can't legally consent if I'm drunk, right?
Correct.
So then by that standard, then if I get in my car and I go kill somebody in a car accident because I was drunk, I didn't commit a murder. I shouldn't actually be punished because I didn't consent. I didn't do it on purpose. Like,
And he assumed that he wouldn't do it.
yeah, like I just assumed that it wouldn't happen, and then it did, and then I was like, oh fuck, well I didn't consent, so I guess it's all good, right?
No, because drunk driving is illegal as well. So
Make it immoral?
the law is a code of
not
ethics.
my-
Yes.
But okay, so hold on. Because something's illegal, then it's immoral. So it's immoral to blow past a stop sign. That's an immoral thing to do.
Because it puts people at risk. Yes, it is immoral to blow past a stop sign. Yes.
So hold on, you're driving at night, and you're surrounded by fields, and all the fields have already been like harvested, right? So you can see for miles in any direction. You know there's no cars coming. Is it immoral to blow past a stop sign now?
I mean, I would say
Yes.
it's. Yeah, I would.
I mean, it's
still
against the
say
law,
it's
so
immoral.
it has to be.
Yeah, I mean, I would still say that it is technically immoral.
So everything
at
that
bare
violates the
minimum
law is
unethical.
immoral.
Everything that, well, I mean, yeah.
So then you
For the
can't
most-
fight against fascists because otherwise it's immoral.
Yeah, Vigi, you could obviously imagine a law that you are completely against. So I feel like it's a weird thing to commit to, that anything that's against the law is immoral. I don't know if
slavery
you
was
would
perfectly
actually
good.
believe that.
Right, VG? Slavery was perfectly good. It was just great.
Yeah, you shouldn't have fought against slavery because slavery was the law, so that it was moral. And like, if
It's
fascists
moral.
take over, you can't revolt because that revolution against the fascist party is against the law.
Yeah, there's another one.
No, so here's the
something
thing,
like
I would
you can't
say-
walk
I
down
would-
the street with ice cream in your back pocket wearing jeans on a Sunday. That's against the law.
No.
Is that immoral?
Yeah. Is it immoral to chain my pet alligator to a fire hydrant in
That's
Detroit?
very random. If you can find a fucking alligator, sure.
That's
Because like
a law. It's a law in
There's,
Detroit. It's
dude,
illegal
there's
to chain
alligators
alligators to a
all
fire
over
hydrant in
Florida.
Detroit.
I could have had like 6 pet alligators.
I said in
when I was
Detroit.
living there.
If you can find an alligator in Detroit, sure.
Do you know how easy it would be to find an
'cause I mean,
alligator
like
in
I can
Detroit?
understand. I can understand why they would have that law.
Well,
So-
VG, when
So
before we
molesting
move forward-
butterflies is illegal in Pacific Grove, California. So
How the fuck do you molest a butterfly?
you go
So,
with the
VG,
official
It's
legal
immoral
definition.
to molest a butterfly. I don't need a law to tell me
it's
that.
immoral
Okay?
to molest butterflies.
Wait, before we move forward, you said yourself, okay, that it's about legality at the end of the day. So it would be perfectly fine, like, 100 years ago, when the husband had complete rights over the woman, there wouldn't be any rape.
Yeah.
Right.
That is what was legally considered, yes.
So it wasn't immoral
And-
to just bang
It
your wife
wasn't
whenever you
immoral.
wanted. Even if she
Vigi,
didn't
but
want
you don't think that. I'm
At that-
assuming. I'm assuming you don't tie your morals to legality that tightly.
This is why I just thought, like, because
No,
you can't tie
so
your.
I-
That's why
I-
I wanted to push you on that, Vigi.
No, so this is why, like, so technically, like, anything that goes against the law is at minimum, like, unethical, right? So, like, with the fascism as an example, like, even, like, yes, rebelling against a fascist government is technically immoral. You don't, like, hold on, the actions that you
You
have
mean
to,
it's illegal?
No, he said it's
no,
immoral.
the actions that you have to take in order to rebel against a government are immoral.
Hold on,
You have to
hold on,
kill
everybody, hold
everyone.
on.
Fucking
Hold on.
hurt-
If I was
No.
like fighting against the Nazis in Germany, like I was part of like a resistance in Nazi Germany, it would be immoral for me to kill Nazis.
killing in general is immoral, yes.
All killing is immoral.
That's incorrect.
Hold on, all
No,
killing is
that's
immoral.
incorrect.
Wait.
Hold on, I want to ask him. I want to ask him.
immoral.
Killing in general is immoral. Are there some forms of killing that we allow?
Doing the hypothetical confluence.
Yes.
I'm asking is all killing is immoral. That was what you just said.
All killing is immoral, yes.
So if I catch a fish and I kill it and fry it up and eat it, is that immoral or I killed it?
Let me rephrase. All killing of humans is immoral.
So if I
Why
kill, hold
is
on,
it limited to
so if
humans?
somebody's attacking me and I kill them, that's immoral?
It is immoral.
Self-defense.
However, it is something that we consider justified.
It's immoral.
How can you justify something
How can
immoral?
you justify something that's immoral? Like that doesn't mean
That's a contradiction.
Wait, what do you, Vigi? When you say immoral, what do you mean? Like something that's like actually wrong, or do you just mean something that like society accepts as wrong? Because if you mean the latter, then I guess it's like a pleonasm to say yes. If the society says this is wrong, then what you're doing is societally wrong. I don't think that's the question we're trying to get to here, though.
Yeah.
Like, do you mean
whose morals are you
do you mean
appealing
it's
to?
actually like a violation of some like moral code beyond the law if you were to violate some law of the land? Even no matter how arbitrary it is, or no matter how nonsensical, or no matter how evil it is. Like what? I'm not sure what you're saying exactly.
Do you see, Confluence, why it was really important for me to get to the moral so that I know what the hell he meant? Okay? You see why? You see?
Yeah, I'm strictly like referring to like laws and stuff. What I'm
Well,
talking
that's
about.
legality, not moral.
But then yeah, the steel it's not steel bird. Vigi, do you get my point that it becomes you're basically not really saying anything if you're defining something that's immoral as tied to the laws, and then someone's asking you, well, if you break a
I'll be right
law,
back in just
is
a
it immoral?
second.
Then
I'm
all
gonna get
you're
some
saying is
coffee.
it's against the law to break the law. But of course, that's not what anyone means here, though. They're asking, like, if there is a law, is it actually wrong on some like fundamental level to do that action? So if there was some nonsensical law or the evil laws like the slavery law or the marital rape stuff, all that stuff, would you still say that's wrong, even though the law says it's right, or there's some ought there? You know, I feel like you know where we're coming from in this sense.
I do, but the thing is, like, when it comes down to it, there's only like the only thing that we can really say, like, is whether is at least ethically right or wrong, right? It's things that are the law. You can hold arbitrary moral standards like based on religion and stuff, but they're arbitrary. They're not.
One sec, Vigi. Confluence, go check your Discord real quick, and don't like say this stuff out loud. But this is just something I wanted you to know about.
So wait, Vigi, did you just admit that people who aren't religious only have ethics and not morals?
I would have. There's not anything really arbitrarily backing up the morals. It's more of an ethical standard,
Alex.
sure.
Hey, can we stop like conflating morals with ethics and law, please? Those are three distinct things.
No, I have to go to work. I just want to ask two really quick questions, and they're not related to the morals and ethics thing. It's related to the debate prompt. Is that okay, Confluence?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Good to see you, by the way,
So
Mr. Mister.
Yeah, it's good to see you. It's been a while. What's up, Alex? Yeah,
Hey, man.
so here's a question. So we're talking about similarities between Islam and Christianity.
Yes.
Does Christianity try and force a series of religious laws onto the people that it invades?
It has in the past. It doesn't currently.
In what way?
So
Shut up,
we
Shantae.
saw this. We saw this throughout the Middle Ages, where whenever a Christian nation would conquer another nation, they would impose the religious framework that they believed onto other nations.
Oh no, they stop people
Like-
from fucking cutting people's hearts out and offering it to the sun god. What a horrible fucking society.
Now let him finish. Don't spurg out. Second question. Are you familiar with the taqiyya?
I am not, no.
Okay, it's a concept that in the path of Islam, you're allowed to lie as long as it is in furtherance of spreading Islam.
That's not
You
true.
think that's
not what it is?
Or protecting
That's
yourself.
not-
Yeah, protecting yourself and your religion. You're allowed to lie if you feel that you or your religion is in danger. That is what it means. And there's Muslims on record saying that too.
Yeah, protecting yourself is what it means, but not furthering the cause of Islam.
Yeah, and Islam. So when someone's disparaging Islam or something like that, you're allowed to lie in order to protect the religious faith.
To protect yourself, it's to get away from religious
Both.
persecution.
Yeah, for both. Yeah, it's for both. And to be clear, Judaism has the same thing. They just don't call it taqiyya. They got their own name for it. Cricket.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I would
so
say
really
that
quick,
there's
and then
more
I'm
reasons to
gonna
lie.
drop down. But do you see the conflict with that? Like one is like, hey, don't lie, and the other one's like, go ahead and do it as long as it's bettering our path.
I mean,
have a
based off the
question,
way that he
Vicky.
was framing it, it's based off of mostly based off of protecting yourself, which I mean,
I have a question,
lying in that
Vigi.
case is fine.
When you say Christianity did it during the
Okay.
Middle Ages, was it the Eastern Orthodox Church that did it?
It was primarily the Catholic Church.
So it was a Catholic
Um,
Church.
I
So it was
the
okay.
Russians did it. The Russians did it while they were influenced by the Eastern Orthodox Church.
The Russians
I
didn't
think
they were
the
influenced.
Byzantines
But you
did
said
it
that
as well.
but you called them heretical. So what would the problem if the Russians
No, I
did
called
it?
modern Russia heretical. I'm not.
No, you said the
what-
Russians were
the-
heretical. That's
No,
what you said.
I said we were talking about modern Russia, not Tsarist Russia. There's a difference.
So, for example, when we go on in the church and we call the Tsars saints in the Eastern Orthodox Church because they're saints, are we wrong?
The Tsar was
The Tsar
at
and their
least
family,
heavily
the last
influenced.
Tsar.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say that you're wrong. No, so
But
not
they did
saying
it.
that
It's the modern one, and you said they're heretical.
the modern Russian.
The modern
The
Russian
modern-
church called the Tsars saints, and they hold them as saints.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you mind if I squeeze in here for a sec? Because that was what my super chat question was going to be about.
Yeah, go ahead. I was curious about this big soda. Go ahead.
So to represent, I guess, your opinion more valid, I guess I'll let you explain it. But you did say that the modern Russian church is heretical, correct?
I was more so referring to like the ties between between Russia and the Russian Orthodox Church and the government, but yes.
Okay,
I'm specifically
and I,
referring to a couple of different things.
Sorry,
Whenever I say that,
I'm gonna look at the chat now.
I was referring to just war theory, which
Mhm.
is Russian
One of my
Orthodox
favorite
doctrine.
questions,
That's
they ask
basically the
people who
same
claim
thing,
to
or
believe in God
borderline the
for
same
their
thing as
faiths.
jihad.
Do
There's
you
the
think you're smarter
territorial
than others because
theology.
you have figured out God is real?
There's sacred claim to political
It
authority.
would depend on the category. Like,
And then
do I think I'm better
there's
at
loyalty and
philosophical
enforcement,
reasoning than
internal
these people?
purification
Yeah,
issues that they have as
but
well.
smarter,
And then
not
they
necessarily. And that's
reframe violence
because
as
you can
sacred
be smart in different
obligation.
categories. Like some, like
And-
I'm sure an atheist,
but if
a
they're
lot of atheists know
heretical,
way more about
they're
science than I do.
heterodox.
Well, maybe not, but I'm sure there's other topics that like that's why.
So even in your idea, that wouldn't be part of the Eastern Orthodox Church.
Did you find
right?
out God is real because of your wit or intellectual prowess?
I mean, it
I
would
had
be
to
up
think
to
through
the
it
church
logically.
on whether or not they consider them part of the Eastern Orthodox Church.
But I mean, the whole point of you was to
I'm not
tell
sure
me
what
what
the
was the
answer that would
similarity
be.
with the Eastern Orthodox Church, and you said they're heretical, so they're heterodox. Wha- Just letting you know, okay?
Yeah, I mean, the
Fun
Russian
stuff.
Orthodox Church at least came out of the Eastern Orthodox Church. So
Did you say the Eastern
Roman
Orthodox Church came out
Catholics-
of the Eastern Orthodox Church?
no, I said the Russian Orthodox Church came out of the Eastern Orthodox Church.
The Russian Orthodox Church is in communion with the Eastern Orthodox. It's part of the Eastern Orthodox Church.
That's why I was confused at the heretical statement. I don't know what makes them heretical. It seems like you're comparing the actions of the government and then placing it on the church.
Also, the Protestants, could you say that they come? Okay, they splintered off from the Roman Catholics, and the Roman Catholics come from the Eastern Orthodox Church. They're just heterodox. Are they the same thing, Vigi?
I wouldn't say that they're not structurally the same thing. They're structurally different, but morally they are extremely similar. There are definitely branches of Protestantism that are extremely dissimilar from either of them, like Unitarianism.
Mhm.
But generally speaking, they are effectively similar.
Effectively. In accordance to what standard?
The doctrine? They follow the same doctrine?
So, do you understand that the moment you're not part of the Eastern Orthodox Church, you're not a Christian?
I'm not sure that
That
I
is
wouldn't
the
say that we
standard.
figured out God is real. I would say God
I
revealed
understand
himself
that
to
as a
us.
standard that the Eastern Orthodox Church holds, yes.
So, you're talking about people that are Christians and people are not.
Every version of Christianity holds that other Christians that aren't the same version of them are not Christians. So
That's
that's
not even the
nothing
case.
new.
That's not true. That's not true
Is
at all.
ecumenism a thing?
Fine, let me rephrase that. Every version of Christianity I've ever participated held that standard.
Is
So
ecumenism
like
a
none.
thing?
No, I grew up a Christian. I've actually been to multiple different types of Christianity.
It's
I grew up
ecumenism a
evangelical. I went to a Wesleyan church. I went to a Baptist church at one point.
It's
I went to a
ecumenism.
Orthodox is the only one I've ever heard ever say that they don't consider the other denominations to be Christians.
So I'm gonna,
all the other ones
I'm,
have said that they.
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you again. Is ecumenism a thing?
I'm not sure what that is. Honestly.
The idea that, for example, there's a lot of Protestants that say that if you believe in Jesus Christ, okay, and you're in accordance to what they read in scriptures, they're Christian, right? And they all that profess the name of of Jesus Christ are Christian, right?
Yes,
In
that is a
accordance to
thing.
Vatican, for example, in accordance to Vatican II, they say that the Jews and the Muslims are worshiping the same God. So, in a sense, they would be partaking within the energies in accordance to the Roman See. So, all of them would be following the same God, which
So he's
in our
not
case
hiding
would
from
be
us,
they
he's
all
just
are
not
Christians
high
because we
IQ
will
or
be
extensive
following
training to find it.
Jesus
Yeah, I agree
Christ
with
because
that.
Jesus Christ is God.
Knock and the
So,
door shall be open to you.
they're saying that there
Learn
is
more
a
about the Holy
participation outside of
Spirit.
the
Not
church,
sure if we are figuring it out.
right?
Yeah. They're
Lure
saying
And
that you
ecumenism
can
is
be saved.
correct.
Is to contend
No,
with the
they're not saying that
master
they could be
logic
saved. They're
and on
saying
the
that there's
right side of this
participation.
big
They
problem. I would agree
are
with that.
following the
But
same
I don't think it's
God. That's what they're
prideful.
saying.
I would disagree that it's prideful to try and work your way through propositions in order to come
I
to
don't.
conclusions.
What version of Protestant Christianity believes that the Jews and the Muslims worship the same God?
Most evangelicals, Dinesh D'Souza.
For example, the Mormons believe that everybody
I don't know if I
follows
would
the
say
same God.
most. I don't know if I would say most Protestants.
I would say that
the
they
Catholic Church does.
Yeah,
sure,
the Catholic Church, Vatican II, literally
but-
affirms that the Muslims are worshiping
Yeah,
the same God as
Vatican
the
II,
Christians.
but that's not. Hey, we as a filthy Protestant, we don't like Vatican II. Okay, we don't.
No,
like
but I know
I would
like
say
a lot of
that,
your evangelicals tend to believe in this too, because a lot of your evangelicals are dispensationalists.
I've heard a lot
Well,
of
a lot of evangelicals are retarded, though.
That's also true. I mean,
that's not fair. That's not fair.
I mean, I cooked Dinesh D'Souza on the prompt with one question.
a lot of them
Yeah, Dinesh is a pill. Okay,
hold
that's fair.
Judaism in the same light as Christianity. I don't think I've ever heard a Christian hold Islam and say like Islam that worships the same God as them. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Yeah,
So
see,
the
the
Mormons-
Judaism
literally
is more
states-
common, I would say.
Vatican II literally states that Muslims worship the same God as the Catholics.
Yes,
In-
Vatican II does state that, but Catholics, they're they've lost the plot. That's something me and Emmett both can agree on. Okay,
Well, Catholics are supposed to hold
Mormons-
Vatican II.
Steelborn, we can both agree on that. Okay, we all can
Okay.
agree on that.
The Mormons, for example, the Mormons believe that everybody that comes to earth is already saved, and they all worship the same God, even if they're in error. And the only thing that you get by being part of the Mormon Church is to have a little bit more of
Hey,
an idea.
hold on
I
a
don't care about you believe. You're asking
I
about
don't
beliefs of other
consider the
Christians
Mormons
that say they're
Hold on a
Christians.
second, hold on. Maryland thinks that we're all gods.
I
So
don't
technically,
consider-
we're all worshiping
I
the
don't
same
consider
God. If we're all
more than-
worshiping everybody.
Yeah,
I don't
point,
consider
the
the
point that
Mormons
I'm making.
Christian.
It's not about your consideration. You said that I don't consider anybody that's outside of the Eastern Orthodox Church Christian. It's that simple.
I too
So
hold
what
this
you
position.
what you consider other people or not, it has nothing to do with your argument. Because when you ask
it
you about
does.
when we ask
Testicle,
you,
I already
when
did that, and it was really funny when I did that.
So
I did already bring
when
that up.
when a stillborn asks you if the Christians had done it, you said yes during the Middle Ages. And then when I ask you about it, you mention a church that you said is heterodox or, in heresy. And you mention another church that is in heresy. So, did Christians actually do it?
Versions of Christianity did it, yes.
Oh, well,
Hold on a sec, hold on a
to
sec.
versions.
From the Christian view.
Or you mean some members within a
Yeah, so Vigi, real quick,
denomination.
from the Christian view, can the body of Christ be multiplied or separated? Or is there one body, one unified body of Christ?
It depends on if you can eat it or not, right?
Depends on the version of Christianity.
So how about like Eastern Orthodoxy? Do we think there can be multiple bodies of Christ?
I would assume not. No.
Yeah, we don't. So it's totally consistent for Emmett or I to say that the Catholics aren't Christians.
Yeah.
They're in heresy.
I would like
also,
to ask which
to curb the whole Mormon thing. There's a reason I consider Mormonism its own separate religion, and it's because they add separate doctrine.
It doesn't matter.
Testicle, you
I
want
would
to come
like
up and
ask
talk about praying to the saints? I will gladly wreck you.
It's like
on praying to the
every
saints.
Protestant church ever, Vigi. They had separate doctrines.
And I know
they have seven doctrines.
Yeah, but they have their whole own separate Bible. I would say that like Mormonism is saying Mormonism is a version of Christianity is the same as saying like Islam is a version of Christianity.
Vigi, they all have their own separate Bible because they don't have all of the books.
It actually is pretty similar, and that's why Jim Bob and I call them Sand Mormons.
Wait,
That's
Stillborn,
crazy. That's crazy.
yeah, that's actually good. But also, most of the different sects have different versions of the Bible because they don't have all of the books
Testy
in accordance to
join.
what we say the books are. And it doesn't matter. I want to ask you something real quick. When it comes to the GISA, can you tell me which of the Eastern Orthodox states impose a tax directly by the church?
The church directly, I don't think has ever controlled a state. Members of the church have controlled states, but I don't think the church itself has ever controlled a state.
So, but you know that according to Sharia, the faith is able to impose a tax directly on the population, right?
Yeah, that would be the same thing as tithing.
Can you
It'd
tell
be
me?
the same
Is
thing
tax
as
the same as a donation?
Hold on, it'd be,
One is
let me
given
clar- let
willingly
me
and one is
clarify.
taken from you.
Seahawk, like,
It'd be the same thing
tell
as
me?
mandating tithing, which
Can
the
you tell me
Eastern
what
Orthodox
the
Church has not
tithing-
done, but the
Greatest of
Catholic
all
Church
sinners,
has.
okay. I do not deserve
Oh, so
tax
they don't
at
the
all.
same either. Okay. Okay.
That's not the same as the jizya, Vigi, to be clear. I mean, that's not even remotely the same. The jizya is like taxing like a non-Islamic person, specifically because they're like not of Islam. A tithe is something that everyone should contribute like 10%. That
Well,
even
honestly,
if we disagree
like
with both those, they're just
so
not
the thing about-
analogous.
the thing about tithing as well is like, I think the official thing of like tithing is like you should give 10%, but like the church is not going to get upset with you if you can't do that like at all. There are plenty of people in my parish who like they can't afford to give anything to the church, and then there's other people that give
I
thousands.
wonder, are there any?
Now that's true. I don't know if that's always been the case, but even if it was mandated in the past, that's still different than discriminating based on like someone who's not religious having to pay the tax, which was the Muslim thing, still is the Muslim thing.
Yep.
So even if it is mandated at 10%, it's still different. Something that affects everyone versus some people that affects the people that aren't a member of that religious enclave.
Well, one of the other differences, Seahawk, is that
Say
even though
conflict.
Yeah, I would say
if I
that's.
could.
you're at least willing to
Go ahead,
That's what the answers. No, he can go ahead and answer. He can go ahead and answer.
I would say that would be different. Yeah, I was. Yeah, it's not the same thing. I can't think of any version of Christianity that's done that to taxed specifically non-Christians.
All right, so question number
So then, hold
one.
on.
This relates to the prompt. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but it says that Sharia law has the same moral character as Eastern Orthodoxy. So if it says same, then
that
we
was an
wouldn't
error
accept
on
anything.
Confo's part.
What was it? That's not what the prompt should have been. It should have been similar, or
it should have been similar moral character. That's what the original
okay.
prompt was. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I just wanted to clarify because it's still scrolling.
And Emmett told me this. So
and it says same.
It's still, damn it.
It's really just the filthy French guy's fault. I mean, let's be real here.
It's still
question number
nonsense. Anyway, like he doesn't have access to what good or evil is. We just see him literally a moment ago tell us that Grape was completely wrong, and then tell us that Grape was completely fine. Like
well, and
5
also
minutes later, the same conversation.
He literally said that I can unethically do something that's moral.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes more sense to use same anyway, because if you say similar, well, then what is the cutoff where it stops being similar? You know, is there like three similarities and it's still similar, or does it have to be like 20? So saying, well, are they the same would be a better prompt. But you know, if that's a prompt error, that's all good. So my second question is, when the topic was brought up, a lot of times it was like, oh well, the Eastern Orthodox Church does this. When you do that, you're speaking about a whole group. Now, it would be completely unacceptable for me to say blacks do crime, because it's just some members within the group who do that. And those members don't speak for the whole group in any sense of the word. So some blacks within the community do crime. Yes, that's true. But that doesn't mean that all blacks do. So even if a member or someone who was a member of the Orthodox faith, that doesn't mean they speak for the church, right? Or is that incorrect?
Yes and no. So they represent the faith. They don't necessarily speak for it.
Right. So anything they do, just because they could be considered a representative, it doesn't necessarily mean that every action they do was condoned by the church, or intended by the church. So should we attribute that to the church or to the person themselves?
I would say generally we shouldn't attribute it to the church itself, but it would be a case-to-case basis. When we're talking about like a comparison, right, of like the country, like a country comparison, right? like with the Byzantine Empire versus like modern Muslim countries. It's a little bit different because like we don't there are modern Muslim countries where where these things are similar, but the person who leads the country isn't a actual member of the church. Saudi Arabia would be a great example of this.
So
you originally called Saudi Arabia an ethnocracy. Can you explain why you called it that?
You said Iran stopped being a theocracy when the Ayatollah died. He was replaced with a new Ayatollah.
Why do you think Saudi Arabia is a theocracy, and why do you think Iran's current leader isn't religious?
No, I specifically I said I'm not sure if they're still a theocracy because I'm not familiar enough with the way that their government.
They haven't had any change. Just one Ayatollah died and a new Ayatollah took place. Everything is the exact same.
You weren't even that sure if they were having usury laws or not.
Vijay, I have to say that's crazy. Like even like serious Muslims, which Keelan might fuck me on that, but in my opinion, serious Muslims, even in Western countries, they don't do interest. Like they won't do like mortgages. They have like special. This is like a known thing in Islam. Like I thought that was a crazy thing. Again, my mod hat's off, but I thought that was a crazy thing that you were like they don't follow this. Like serious Muslim countries absolutely don't do fucking interest at all. And even Muslims in like Western countries oftentimes will avoid interest and will have different ways to like circumvent there being interest. Like this is like a very common thing.
Confluence. You have to be careful about that because like a lot of Muslim countries nowadays will allow interest in I don't know what the word for it is, non-Sharia banks, I guess. But there are banks that don't do interest, and that would be like what people who would follow what's in the Quran. They should go to those banks. I don't know if they always do.
Yeah, like
how does a
obviously
bank
there's a lot
survive
of
without
Muslim
interest?
countries. There's a lot of like,
Hold on,
all, like
how does a
the
bank
Gulf
make
states. I'm assuming they don't probably really care. Like I don't think that's mandated by law. That's just a guess on my part. But I mean, like it's a well-known thing in Islam that this is like this is strange.
Saudi Arabia specifically. Saudi Arabia specifically, they have both the Islamic banks that he was talking about and conventional banking.
Yeah, but Saudi Arabia is like one of the like least actual like. Well, I don't know about the least.
I think Iran does this too.
I can check Iran too.
Like Saudi Arabia is like, I don't know. Like that's I don't know.
Alex, to answer your question,
they have stuff with Israel, right?
I just realized they probably just charge a bunch of fees and shit.
They do. It's interest with extra steps, which bugs me because it's like they're doing the exact same thing. There's ways to do mortgages.
No, because banks already banks charge fees and interest. So let's be clear, it's not quite the same thing.
No, a bank. No, come on. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Are you kidding me? You don't. When you get a home loan here, you pay a fee for the loan. You pay origination fees. You pay a bunch of other fees, and then you pay interest on top of your payments. Like fuck that, dude. It's not. There is a difference, all right? I don't know how much they charge you, but
there's an argument about difference. There's no fucking difference.
The Muslim countries that have traditional banks, and as well as Islamic banks, are Saudi, the UAE, Indonesia. Fuck, I pronounced that wrong. Malaysia, Turkey, Egypt, and Pakistan.
All have what? Sorry.
Conventional banks.
Turkey is not a Muslim country.
Yeah, that's there's a couple on those that shock me a little bit. Only Pakistan really shocks me on that, like, because you're naming like a bunch of what like are known to be pretty like free like Islamic countries, like not super like they're not like female circumcision Muslim countries, for lack of a better example. You know, like you're talking about like Malaysia and Indonesia and stuff. It's like these places are pretty.
Yeah, like, I mean some of them. I was giving a general list. Some of them are obviously not surprising, like Indonesia and Malaysia, and I guess Turkey. But like Egypt, Pakistan, UAE, Saudi Arabia.
The UAE is the only one on that list that's shocking to me is Pakistan, to be honest with you. But maybe I'm just like, don't know enough about Pakistan. That's the only one that shocks me because they're like more like for real with their chicanery, in my opinion.
Actually, that one, when I was like reading the list before I read it out loud, that was actually the one that shocked me the most, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
What the one thing I really wanted to jump on and say is, can we clarify the difference between ethics, morals, and laws, please? Like, have it like something that distinguishes those three things, because right now it doesn't seem like you guys were at all.
No, I don't think there's any difference in accordance to Vigilante. It's just his fucking preferences.
I mean, I would say the law is a code of ethics, so...
I didn't realize I was muted. My fucking mic was muted. I was sitting there going, I'll take a stab at it and see if Vigi agrees with me. But, I would say the distinction between ethics, laws, and morals is morality is dealing with what is the good, like the concept of what is the good, what is evil. Ethics would be how that's applied in different circumstances, different actions, and then law would be the enforcement of an ethical framework.
No, I don't think so. That's not how ethics operates in the modern world today. Laws don't typically enforce ethics, do they? It's usually ethics boards.
Law is an enforcement of an ethical framework.
Yes.
How?
Why is it illegal to murder? Well, because people consider it immoral to murder.
Holy
immoral.
shit.
You just said moral, not unethical.
Immoral would be so it would be unethical as well. You could say that too.
Well, then you're using morals to jump into laws. No, so look, morals are personal. Ethics are like professional or within a small group of people, and then laws are society based.
Where are you getting this definition?
It's just the actual fucking fact of what these things are.
Really? Why don't you look it up? Look up the distinction between morality and ethics.
Why don't you?
Would you like me to pull it up?
Sure.
I will say, Steelburn, these are kind of used in different contexts in different times. Like this is actually a weird. It's like ethnicity and race, where like it depends who defines it. Like some people use these in a flipped way. Like it is.
You don't using the philosophical definition. So
race is faking gang.
There's not one.
The way that we use ethics is when we say that somebody broke an ethical code, right? Like
ethics is what so moral from the philosophical perspective, morality is what you believe is right and wrong. Ethics is the system explaining why. So, for example, murder is wrong is a moral judgment. Murder is wrong because every human bears the image of God would be an ethical justification.
So,
hold on. Can morals and ethics ever be at odds?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Can morals and ethics ever be at odds?
I would say sure.
I can think of certain scenarios where that maybe could be the case.
So then they can't be that similar. Because morals are something you apply to yourself.
Well, ethics are normative.
For a group of people, not for an individual.
No, ethics are Do you know what normativity is?
Why would morals not be normative, Steelburn?
So when it comes to philosophy, morality is what is the good. That's what you're talking. When you're discussing morality, you're talking about like what is the good, what's the source of good, what's evil, the ontology of good and evil, things like that's what morality itself actually is. Now you can have your own moral code. That's kind of a different use of the term, but what morality is, as far as the philosophical is concerned, is what is the good. That's what morality actually is when you're talking about like morality. Is what is the good? Ethics is what is ethics is when morality gets
applied. I hate how you're talking about philosophy. Like that really because like. Philosophy is not a monolith. Like philosophy is a collection of like a bunch of variegated philosophers that define all this stuff differently. But you can definitely have normative morals. Like according to some philosophers, that could be nonsense. But even you're kind of agreeing a little bit that like, well, you can have a moral code. Well, that's a normative thing. So I don't know why we're making this distinction. I suppose like if we make a special distinction and we define our terms precisely, it makes sense. But to just say like that you can't have like normative morality. I don't really know. I guess what you mean.
I mean, well, normative morality will be ethics. Morality is just what is that would be good
under
bad.
Under some definitions, yes. Under some, not philosophical definition. Under some philosophers' definition.
Under the definition, it would be because you're talking about the system of justification. If you're talking about normative morality, there is a system of justification to call it normative, right? It would be the one that is justified. So. You can have
what do you think normative means? Like the word normative, what does that mean?
Like a normative is something that you like Yeah, it's what defines something, and it gives away to an ought, what you ought to do.
Okay, yes, I would agree with you. Normativity is oughts. So if something's
Right.
normative,
So I
it's
think,
ought
like
claim.
in the same way that you said people talk about a moral code, I would say a moral code is something that you ought to follow.
Well, yeah, I agree. You ought to
And
follow it.
you might
but
call that
they-
an ethical application
But
of
you
that
don't-
moral
you
code, but I
do
think that
not-
we're
I'm
just
not calling
maybe
it
like
ethical
talking
application.
past
I'm
each
saying
other.
Hold on,
ethics
people-
is the application of morality.
No,
I know, and that's a fine definition. But I'm just saying not everyone uses that same definition. And
no,
like,
that's just stupid.
Oh, it's just stupid. What
why would you
definition?
need? Why would you
What's
need?
stupid?
Why would you
What's the
need ethics
contradiction?
to apply morality?
Because with the way that I define morality, and which was a perfectly coherent definition, morality is what is the good. It's the study of the good. Ethics is how you apply whatever your standard for the good is.
Steelborn, do you at least hear what I'm
Wait.
saying? I'm saying
I get what you're saying.
You're saying that morality is right or wrong, and ethics is how you should apply it. Is that what
Like
you're saying?
Alex is saying that
Ethics
there's
is
like
the
ethical
application
codes.
of morality. That's what it is.
Well, no, it's the application of right or wrong.
Where do you
To
get
you,
what's right
morality
and wrong?
is just right or
Where do
wrong.
you get what's right and
Brandon,
wrong?
you can
Where does
clear
that
all
come
this
from?
up, please, Brandon.
From your definition of fucking
You
morality.
do a better job than I.
Agreed.
Okay, so morality is just right or wrong to you.
Well, I would say morality is what is the good.
What should be, not just what is the good, right?
No, I just explained this multiple times. Morality is the understanding of trying to study the good. What like the overall the good
Well,
is.
morality as a study. I'm talking about morality as a principle to yourself, right? We talk about societies, ethics, laws, and morality. We're not talking about the study of ethics. We're talking about what ethics is.
The good is just a principle to yourself.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
that?
confused what the hell that means.
No, when you're defining morality, you're telling me that it's a study of something. Okay, sure, that's one way to use morality, but that's not what people
Not
mean
necessarily
to
a study
say.
of it. I'm saying morality is the good. Like when you're talking about morality, that's what you're talking about.
Chill, dude. Chill, dude.
The good.
Hey, Brandon.
I guess I don't
What's up,
even know what
guys?
you mean by that.
So, like from the Christian view, it would ultimately like morality would be grounded in God's nature. He is the standard and source for the good. That would be the Christian framework.
Is that where you get ought, or what do you?
Yeah, that's where I would get my odds from. But so, like from the secularist view, morality would be essentially a series of preferences.
Kirk is
Because
spamming
they
the
are
chat.
from the secularist view, you are the source of. You are the one who determines what is good, what's bad. So you would be the source.
I don't think that's.
But you are the
necessarily
source,
true,
even
by
in
the
a
way.
Christian framework, because you're assuming what you believe to be the good is what God has actually set as a standard.
Well, that would be your understanding of our view, I guess. But I wouldn't say that's our understanding.
Well,
of our view.
no, that is your view.
Well, the Christian perspective is that the reason that what God wills is good is because it's in God's nature to will that which is good.
Assuming
What
that
does a
you are
Noahide
interpreting his
will?
nature correctly, yes.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Are you saying it's not possible that you're wrong about what you think God is what God thinks is good?
Twice, sir.
What we're saying is that he is not wrong.
Is it
about what he
possible
thinks.
to be wrong about it?
But
God's
he is not
nature
a
is
Hold on, is it
revealed.
possible? Is it possible from my view, like that I could misunderstand it? That's
Yes.
possible.
Okay. So then you are still basically creating your own version of just justifying it based on what you think God wants.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm creating or justifying it. I would like I could misunderstand something, but I have a standard outside of myself that I appeal to.
I mean, everyone says the same thing, so I guess I don't really.
Everybody says, "What do you mean?"
It's not
everybody says the
about
same
what
thing?
everybody says. It's not about what people say. It has nothing to do with that. It's
So, like
whether or
Emin
not
and
you have
I,
the
like Emin
standard.
and I might like let's say Emin and I we disagreed about like which one is it? The fifth commandment, I think. Not the fifth commandment. Like let's say Emin and I disagree about what blaspheming the Holy Spirit means. We probably don't, but let's say we did.
Mhm.
So from Emin and I's view, either one of us is right or we're both wrong, but we can't both be right if we're making a contradicting claim. But we would appeal to like if Emin and I had a disagreement, we would appeal to sources outside of ourselves. We would go to a priest, and if the priest doesn't, if you know, like the priest answer, we go to the bishop or something like that. And not every answer is going to ultimately have a question, or not every question is ultimately going to have an answer that you might be able to find. But that still doesn't mean that we don't have a source outside of ourselves that we appeal to for our positions here. Like this is not like So like I'm just
Sure,
making,
but-
I'm not just doing the Protestant read your Bible.
No,
and
I
making
know.
shit up.
I get you. I guess my point would be, I think most people just point to some other framework as the reason for their beliefs. Like, I understand that yours is different; it's based on the Bible, but there's all sorts of people who've developed frameworks that operate within most circumstances.
Yes, but the problem with those frameworks, from my view, is that they're so like a lot of your secularist frameworks are just usually built on an axioms. That's our
No, I know they are. Yeah, that is a major flaw for them. Sure.
Which is also why Hume is like most Christians' favorite atheist philosopher.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
So that's also why
Hume.
Hume
Okay.
is like most Christians'
I thought you
favorite
said
atheist
humans.
philosopher.
I thought you said humans. I was like,
Humans are the favorite philosopher.
All right, that's fair.
Also, the
Yeah,
way that we get to those kind of justifications is important. It's not only the idea of we say this because we say this.
No, I get that.
There is a philosophical foundation for it.
I can't remember where I saw this, but my understanding of morals, ethics, and laws is morals are what we think ought to be. Ethics is how society tells us we should operate, and laws is how the government enforces
Well,
the minimum standards society needs to operate.
so can I tell you where I have a problem with your definition?
Sure, go ahead.
So with the morals is what we think ought to be. You're like what we think ought to be. I don't even think that you believe that. Like I don't. If you see a system that could run more efficiently, for example, but it's not currently, you're not going to say it's immoral, even though you think it should be a different way.
No, because morality applies to myself.
Yeah, but you like okay, so like okay, I'll take a perfect example. Like I don't know what line of work you're in. Let's say you're like you work
I'm
in
in
like
IT.
you're in IT. Okay, so I'm in the trades. Let's say you're like in a factory, right? And there's like a process in which part X is built. Like it goes through like 5 different steps and it goes through 5 different people. But you see a way in which you could eliminate steps 2 and 3 and combine them into like one step that like speeds up the process. You think now that part X should be made in this way. That's your position. But if it's not made in that way, even though you think it should be this way, you're not going to say that it's immoral that it's still made in the old way.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't prescribe like a moral leaning to how something is made, but
you said it's just how things should be done from my perspective.
Well, no, how things ought to be,
or how things even how things ought to be. You think it ought to be this way,
like your own character, your actions, right?
Okay, so if you want to limit it to like just like,
yeah, I don't mean like how the world ought to be itself, right? That would just be a global application, but. From my perspective, morals are how you think you ought to operate in the world, or what you think how you should interact with the world. And yourself, to be honest.
Sorry, brief pause. First of all, yes, Steelborn does give me HVAC vibes. That is my
wrong,
guess.
Not HVAC.
Is it plumber? Is Keelan right?
It's not a plumber. Either.
Insulation?
He gives me welding.
That's because Brandon's correct.
Welding.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Well, I'm goated, dude. Dude, I can read that shit. Dude, I'm from Ohio. I know shit. Okay.
It's because of glasses.
You know what my favorite thing to do is when I go to Ohio?
Leave.
Leave. It's fucking leave.
Brandon, if you can.
That's why I'm in Florida, dude. That's
I'm
right.
up here in Michigan.
You with $5 is Vigilante giving me Blue Jay coded vibes. Remember, we took your menorah and okay, yeah.
In 7-0 AD.
I don't know if we did that. I feel like I don't know if we would.
The Romans did it.
Romans in
Hadrian.
I'm not gonna like
Hadrian
own
for
that
the win.
personally, but thank you, Katie, for $5.
Brandon, if
Who
you
the fuck
can
is
just
Blue Jay?
lower your gain a little bit, you sound very muffled when you're talking.
But if anything, he should up his gain, shouldn't he?
No,
I turned it down on
He's like too quiet.
Better.
You sound better. On my end, he sounds really good. No.
Thank you. Cool.
He's
Gracias,
cutting you, Brandon.
amigo.
You sound so quiet. He's
Do I?
cutting you so
No,
hard.
I think
you sound really quiet.
Rage baiting me in real time.
I'm not trying to rage bait you.
personally sound quiet.
No, I don't think you are, man. I think
He
Confluence
thinks
is.
I am, but I'm not. Thank you, Trench, for the $10. What's the epistemology of the good? How does the secular can humanist? That's a good question in and of itself. How does the secular can humanist end up with Christian virtues as truth? Do you want to take that?
They don't.
I don't even know what that means.
Anything is true.
I think if we remove the word can, how does the secular humanist end up with Christian virtues as truth? Maybe by if I understand the question right, if I'm correct to remove the can, then I think a process of just cultural osmosis where you have secular humanists ending up with Christian virtues because they don't realize the water in which they swim as the little fishies that they are, and so they just end up adopting this. Yeah,
like what was it? Wasn't it Hitchens who was like, "I miss the Christmas carols."
Yeah. Oh my god.
And even Dawkins caught going to liturgy in 4K. Okay, so you know.
Wait, what? So did that actually happen?
That did happen. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I do have a question for you, Alex. So if I'm gonna go ahead and use it in the world, and I don't think I did anything wrong, for example, by drunk driving, then I wouldn't be doing anything wrong, right?
Morally speaking, I mean,
morally speaking,
if that's the standard you hold yourself to, sure. It doesn't mean society accepts it, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if society accepts it or not.
Well, the law cares if society accepts it, right?
Yeah, but that's just force at the end of the day, right? So
that's
if I go
that's
on
the only
and
thing
become,
that keeps everyone coherent, right?
Yeah, if I go
no
on
force,
and become
no society, you know?
True. If I go on and become a politician and get as much power as I can and impose any kind of rules that I want, you know, and even if you don't like them, I would be doing something perfectly right and justified, right?
From your perspective, sure.
I gotta head out, guys.
That's your perspective, though.
Just letting you guys know.
People can be
Thanks
wrong.
for stopping by, Stillborn. Appreciate it.
Later, Steel.
Have a good one, guys.
Have a good one.
No offense, Vigi. You know, you're one of my favorite leftists, but Emmett kind of cooked you on this one. Have a good night, though, guys.
Later.
Yeah, all right, guys. We're gonna call it a night. So I gotta dip. I'll probably go live again. I'm gonna do verbal combat this on Friday. So we'll call it a night. But he's right. I won't like his debate on Monday. You guys have a good night. Seahawk, Birds. You guys have a good night. I can't do raids yet, so because I don't have enough subs. So go head over to Vic's stream and see what he's doing. But have a good night, guys.